So, okay, so I'm going to erase this, okay, and we start the adding in my topics. One additional term, we call this multi-rate. Okay, so now we are switching from one rate system to a rate with several rates. So what does it mean that we have multi-rate? Here's a one rate system, okay? And at time 0 have the same meaning as n at time 0 here. There's no change in rate, right? In multi-rate DSP, in addition to the linear operations in the filtering, we also introduce two spectral blocks. Okay, so here are the two spectral blocks that we introduce. The first one is increasing the rate. So we call that, let's take an example, let's say L. So L are integer. It can be 1, 2, 3, it can be anything. Okay? And here is now by M. Right? So here is additional block that we will use to change rate. Okay? So let me explain first what is the meaning for this block up by L and the meaning for the block down by M. Okay? And then we have example. Except N, go Y. In particular, let me take an example where we have 2 instead of L. And you can generalize it to any factor L if you want. Okay? What it does is it takes the signal x of n. Take an example. Let's say I have, value 1 at 0, value 2 at 1, and let's say value 1 at 2 and minus 1 at 3. A finite signal. Only 4 non-zero values, okay, at time 0 to 3. So what happened to the signal when it's passing through that block? All it's doing is inserting 0 between samples. Okay, so what we have is, so this is x of n, y of n, we start, okay, so at time 0, you have 1, and then at time 0, it will be 0, 1 will be 0, at time 2, it will be 2, then 0, and then 1, at 4, 0, and then minus 1, at 6. Okay, that's all it's doing. It's inserting 1, 0 between samples. If I change this to 3, it's inserting 2 zeros at every sample. If I change this to L, it's inserting L minus 1, 0 between samples. Is that clear? Okay. So if I take a look at this, right? We see that this is an expansion system. You take the support of that signal from 0 to 3 and expand it to 0 to 6. Okay? What would be a good term to name this one? Upsampling. You change the sampling rate, right? Okay, because the rate here is different from the rate there. Okay, it becomes faster. Right? Effectively, the rate here is twice the rate there. Because at the same time, you have twice the number of samples. So this is called upsampling. Are there any questions regarding upsampling?
Why we assign the value 0 for 1, 3, and 5? Why not another value?
Okay, so the question is, right now it's not very useful, right? It's just putting 0 between samples. So why don't we put 1, 5, and 7, so on and so forth? Okay, that's a good question. Now that will, okay, so let's see. Let me answer that question as follows. Who have used Photoshop? Who have looked at any image on the web? Everybody, right? Now, what happens when you resize the image? Let's say you download the image, right? Image of a house, okay? Like this, a house. And then when you resize it to twice the size, what are the steps? You drag this corner, right? You drag it up, make it bigger, okay? So what happens is that you have a big image twice the size, and the house will be bigger, okay? Be like this, right? Is that clear? Yes. Tell me the operation involved in the software to do this. Well, that's just a term. I'm looking for an operation. I'm looking for a block diagram. I want to have an input. Let's call this X. This is Y. Okay? Input X, go into Y to become Y. First, you have to increase the support, right? You have to take, a 3 or 4 point to 8 point, right? So that's the operation. We take this, okay? We increase the size. Let me leave this. So this operation also here from X. Let's go to U. Okay, so I have X. Some operation here, I got U. Okay, and we set that they want upsampling, right? Somehow increase the size, the support of that picture. So I'm going to take this picture, and I'm going to, for every row, okay, I'm reading a row here, right? Every row, I insert 0 sample in between those samples, right? So you said that you will have a row here with value 0 between sample. The other sample here is the original sample. Is that clear? And so on. So if you take one row right there, what happened? So you have everything is okay up to here, but you have that sample, and you have a 0, and you have this guy and 0, and so on. So it's going to be something like this. Okay? So you have this 0 sample. So it doesn't look very good. You should try it out at home, okay? Do upsampling, it becomes very, very dark, right? Suppose, this is black background, white foreground. You become that, it will be darker because you have 0 sample between the other sample. So the whole intensity of the image will become darker. And it's not doesn't look very good. So how do you make it to be like that? Interpolation. So there's a term, interpolation. What does that mean?
You depend on HP shell with 0 and 2.
Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to take one row of that, okay? And I assume that row is right here. That's a sample. Okay, after this operation, you have, a sample 0, a sample 0, a sample 0. It's like this, right? A sample 0, a sample 0, a sample 0, a sample, and so on. Now, to make it look like this, what do I need to do here? What is the output? I want this to be the same, right? This to be the same.